Hello everyone, this is Bapamots. Welcome to some more Homeworlds commentary. This time I've got brnbb versus perdair. This is a game that was suggested on my game suggestion form. There's a link in the video description. If you've got a game you'd like to see me take a look at, then go ahead and fill out the form. I kind of suspect that Burn was the person who submitted this. I think they've submitted a few in the past. Um, Let's see if it's a good game. Oh, I forgot that I left that on. So stars are going to be tilted by 10 degrees today. I was experimenting with my style sheets. Okay, Burn takes a red Goldilocks and Perdair takes a yellow Fortress. Burn trades for a little red right away. So does Perdair, so we'll get mediums right off the bat. Burn blocks the medium builds for the moment by trading for the little yellow. Perdair, uh-oh. Perdair, one of those ones that starts over their turn a lot. We'll see. Okay, trades for medium yellow. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to handle the crooked stars, but all right. Burn spreading out the red, Perdair spreading out the yellow. Pretty even so far, just color swapped. Yeah, medium green's open now. Each player takes one, spreading out the green. So this is a pretty common situation. Perdair, I think Perdair's going to be on top of this. They need to block that large green build. They can do it by trading one of their smaller greens, or they could do it by discovering the large green star with their medium yellow. The trouble with, well, actually, just moving the medium yellow away from that small green star would put it back in the bank, and that would be a block as well. The trouble with trading one of your greens is that then you'd be down to 2 greens versus Burn's 3. So Burn will have a factory that could potentially leapfrog them past a smaller green ship. So say Perdair just trades the small green for a blue. Burn can still sacrifice the G3, build that G1 that's in the bank, and both of the G3s. So the green is, well, in a way, green is harder to block here than other colors would be. Anyway, so the trade's not going to work. Perdair needs to get that G3 out of the bank. Yeah, even abandoning the small green star isn't enough. Need the discovery. Uh-oh. Perdair might not be on top of this. They're thinking about it. Uh-oh. All right, so yeah, if I'm Burn, I definitely do the factory. Uh-oh. No, Burn doesn't see it either. Okay, well, Burn could have done a green shopping spree, cleaned all the green out of the bank, come ahead by a large ship. Uh, but they didn't see it. So we get to see something else happen instead. Okay, Perdair spreading out the green. I think continuing to fight for the greens is not a bad idea here. Spreading out the blue. Perdair won't be able to build any more blue at that yellow star. Both the players are about equally prepared to build yellow, so accelerating the yellow economy doesn't really benefit Perdair. Maybe they wanted to get a blue. Maybe they want to move the blue again to have it closer to Burn's home. Oh, but they took it back anyway. All right, that's all right. Perdair, make up your mind. Make up your mind, I say. Okay, spreading out the green. I think that's a good choice, because otherwise burn uh, is ahead in green in terms of that they've got two ships at different systems, and if Perdair had done something else, then it also would have been Burn's turn. That's effectively 2 turns ahead in developing green. Burn spreading out blue instead of continuing to pursue green, so Perdair could pick one up. Yeah, Burn, having separated the greens, doesn't have the factory exactly anymore. Burn looking to leapfrog something. The yellows. Um, I don't like that too well. They lost. They used to have a colony here where they could build, trade, and move with a medium defender. That's a quite a strong colony. And this sacrifice, while it picks up a large yellow. It's not much of a material gain on Perdair because Perdair is going to turn around and build the other large yellow. Yeah. And yeah, so I don't think Burn got much, and they lost color diversity and even came, I would say, down in material compared to Perdair. They sacrificed a medium green to build small and large yellow, and their opponent got a large yellow. So if you cancel out the buildings of large yellow, then Burn downgraded from a medium to a small and lost the color diversity as well. So I don't think that was a great leapfrog. If just realizing I don't know how many other people use the term leapfrog. I use it for when you sacrifice a green to build a small piece that's in your way and get over to the larger piece that you actually want. You've leapfrogged over the smaller size. Okay, burn. That's a pretty healthy move. Reinforcing this colony. That red can now move. It's not a Gilligan anymore. Gilligan and his crew have been rescued. Okay, Perdair. Yeah, this is good. Looking at a green shopping. Oh no, it's not quite. It's not quite good because once you sacrifice the G3, if you build the 2 mediums, then you build one of the G3s. The other one is still in the bank for Burn to build. Okay, not so good. Simple build is better here. But it leaves the colony ripe for invasion. I am surprised that Burn is not simply building the Y3. I think Burn should just build the Y3 in the colony. This is good in a way. Normally, I'd say it's great to invade this colony now, but I think building that Y3 would have been higher priority. Yeah, green teleport plus the Y3 build. That's a great move from Perdair. Burn could capture that small green, but they'd be sacrificing their only red ship and a medium at that to do it. Um, I definitely I think that invasion of Burns was a mistake, and Perdair found a better uh, resolution than I saw offhand. Um, yeah, and Burn going to do I think definitely the right thing, just to overpopulate those reds. Sorry, overpopulate those yellows. Um, it looks like this is a great move for and this is a great move for Burn. Um, actually, okay, I'm gonna say I miscalculated this in my head a minute ago. Okay, Perdair. Um, I think I might need to draw on the screen slightly. So Perdair sacrificed the G2, built the Y3 to escape from that invasion of Burns. So they lost the G2, gained the Y3. Burn sacrificed the Y3, and they're going to lose the Y1. But okay, I'm gonna mark these differently. So perdair gets the single slash. They are effectively losing the G2, Y2, Y3. Burn is losing the Y3 and the Y1. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Perdair didn't really lose the G2 because they rebuilt it back at home. But still, this is a loss of large and medium for perdair, and only a loss of a large and a small for burn. I think that's a slight gain for burn. Plus, burn has one extra move action at this point. They might invade the colony with the red instead, um, or something. I don't know. I was praising that Perdair's choice to get the green out of there and build this yellow because I miscalculated somehow that the Y3 sacrifice was too costly for burn to blow this up, but it's really not. Okay, so burn gaining a little material there. What do they do with their last move action? Push the little blue forward to a green system. That's in danger of getting invaded. But if it doesn't get invaded, then this could turn into a very healthy colony. I think Burn had the right idea. Yeah, knocking out two larges at this point in the game, knocking out two larges for the cost of one is almost always a good idea. Okay, but Burn does not. All right, well, they just built a G2. Uh, nope, I think that's a mistake too. I think Perdair's just come up ahead in so much material that they're going to be hard to stop. Okay, but instead of okay, I needed to talk about that a little bit. So Perdair spread out the greens, preparing to build that G3, presumably. I think they would have been better off spreading out the the yellows to take that this opportunity that Burn is now considering again, taking away this opportunity to overpopulate them. Save your two larges that your opponent could blow up for the cost of only one. Yeah, still Burn's best choice, and they did it this time because Perdair gave him the second opportunity. Okay, some mistakes on both sides. Burn should have done it the first time, but Perdair didn't defend, so Burn got it right the second time. That's my evaluation. Okay, and Burn wanted to set up that opportunity to build larger greens, but Perdair is going to beat him to it. They get the shopping spree. Yeah, I would spread them out. One build in each system. Well, I guess two at home is okay. But I think I would have put the let's see, they're building a small, large, large. I think I would have built the building the G3 in Dioj would have been better for defense against an invasion by one of Burn's medium ships that's available to invade. But it's less good for economizing if Perdair wants to trade a large to another color, then Elrop is the better system for it. On balance, I think I'd rather have it over here. Dioj. Burn now taking a little yellow. Yeah, Perdair has no yellow anymore, so yellow's a good road to larger ships in the Monopoly for Burn. Okay, Perdair doesn't waste time trading into yellow. Burn can build one of these yellows, one of these Y3s. Perdair will get another one. Burn. Okay. Okay, I like this pretty well. If perdair were to try to, I mean, there's a G2 in the way, so the factory doesn't work exactly. But if perdair did somehow try to build two large yellows, this little yellow in the forward position would be able to overpopulate them. And burn now, assuming perdair just builds the one Y3, burn gets the other two with the G2 sacrifice. Whereas I want to say that if burn had built the Y3 instead of spreading out, they build the Y3, perdair builds a Y3, burn spreads out their yellows to try to build the other Y3, perdair can block. So I think this is a really good choice for burn with an eye to getting both Y3s, albeit at the cost of a G2. Oh, perdair not going to give him the opportunity, spreading out the... I think of spreading out a ship as being what you do when you move it away from other pieces of the same color. So this is just an advance. This is an invasion of the Alti colony. Um, Threatening to capture Burn's only red, and if Burn were to build the Y3, then perdair could capture. Okay, going for the... Oh yeah, no reason not to do that anyway. Well, except for the defending your colony. So Burn can put the three yellows at home safely, since perdair doesn't have any yellow to sacrifice to get into Burn's home with the yellow. This leaves their only red open to capture, which is ugly. But having this many large ships is very tempting. Let's see if perdair takes the capture. They could build the yellow instead. They take the capture. Yep, and they commit. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's better to capture here or if maybe perdair should have built the Y3 instead. Okay, burn now. Ooh, thinks it's time for a Y3 sacrifice. I'm always interested to see what we've got in mind for these. Y3 sacrifice moves their green, their mothership over to perdair's home to wipe out perdair's mothership. Hmm. I don't think I like this. That was two larges that Burn spent to knock out one of perdair's, and the fact that perdair only has one ship at home and that it's not a large isn't really relevant because Burn doesn't have anything to follow up. Um, and it leaves large yellows in the bank. Burn perdair could no, Burn doesn't. Perdair can't. I think perdair shouldn't sacrifice the G3 to get that Y3, and they can't get it with the G1 sacrifice because it would put the yellow star back in the bank. But I think there's nothing stopping perdair from just capturing this little yellow and probably going on to build a lot of yellow. I don't like this for Burn. I think they should take it back, but they did not. Okay, perdair, I think is discovering what I just talked about, that if you sacrifice the G1, then you're forced to build a Y1, not a Y3. You can't get the Y3. Um, oops. So just taking the yellow captured, that's just fine. You're all set up to build a large on your next turn. Burn will probably trade the little yellow for green, because Burn's got to try something to get back into this. Oh, leaving the big yellows open. Not great, because perdair can sacrifice the G3 and build all of them. Oh, jeez. Um, Definitely some mistakes there. I think Burn I think Burn's got a Burn is absolutely going to lose this, and people don't usually submit the games where they lose, but so maybe perdair submitted this game for review. Okay, Burn takes the green. perdair takes trades for G3. That puts a Y3 back in the bank. That gives Burn a lot of. They build that Y3. They'd be catching up in material by a lot. Yeah, perdair switching for red instead. No, same problem. You've got the Y3 in the bank. Gives Burn an opportunity to get back into this. Sort of, except, okay, yeah, with the Y3, yeah, okay, so perdair has made a couple little mistakes in the past, but this wasn't one of them. Okay, so that, letting Burn get that Y3 is a calculated thing, I think. So perdair at this point should sacrifice Y3 to move in the Y3 and the R3. Burn can capture. Oh no, that doesn't quite work out. There's too many. There's too many larges. Um, okay, no, I was giving perdair too much praise for that. So at this point, uh, so in my if perdair does what I was thinking and moves those two larges into Burn's home, then Burn can simply capture one of the larges, say the large red. I was thinking perdair would then, so this has been captured by Burn. perdair sacrifices R2 to capture two of Burn's three large ships in their homeworld. But Burn still has a large and can capture one of the invading larges. I don't. That looks like it's headed for a draw. Um, Maybe perdair's got something else figured out here, but I don't think I like it. Okay. Yeah, perdair's going ahead with the invasion. Nope, they were thinking about it. Changed their mind. They're gonna reinforce. Okay, this is good. Well, I think rather than letting Burn build that Y3 in the first place, rather than knocking it out now at the expense of one of your own larges, I think perdair should have simply not given Burn the opportunity to build that Y3. But I think it will work out just fine for perdair. Okay, Burn captures as they must. perdair moves in for the overpopulation. Burn is back down to very little material. I think Burn had almost the exact same amount of material a few turns ago. I think the position was the same, except that perdair had more ships in more advanced positions. So I think perdair kind of went around the block and dropped a few things on their way. But not too bad. perdair should still have this pretty easily, and I don't think we probably still won't see very much that's interesting in this game. Not more. I mean, we've seen interesting things already. If perdair keeps leaving those Y3s on the table for Burn to build, though, eventually perdair's not going to be able to keep up. Um, perdair's letting this slip out of their grasp for no particular reason, I think. Yeah, they're now equal on large ships, though Burn is behind in development and smaller ships. Okay, I was planning on just firing through to the end of this game because I didn't think there was going to be anything interesting left, but here we are. Okay. Burn trading for a little red. I think they ought to be blocking the Y3 build. Uh, discovering it, discovering that ship as a star. I think Perdair's just gonna. Oh well, okay. No, no, no. All right. They're both thinking about the counterattack. Um, if if Perdair hadn't let Burn keep building these Y3s, this wouldn't be an issue. But as it is, if Perdair doesn't keep on their toes, Burn's going to sacrifice Y3, move the G3 into Perdair's home, and Burn's only got one red ship that they just traded for. That's why this was a big threat that they could sacrifice to capture Perdair's only ship, if it comes to that. So Perdair really does have to respect this at this point. Sacrificing Y2, reinforcing the home. Okay. But that's Perdair had to spend, I mean, the Y2 to do that. So it's looking more like anyone's game again. Golly, I didn't expect that. Okay, Burn spreading out the yellows. Perdair's only got one yellow ship left. So Burn pursuing the yellows is going to be good, I think. Perdair, besides making this little threat, I think it's very strong that that's putting a yellow back in the bank so that Burn is farther from building another large. Oh, but it's not. But there's still just the three and Perdair again. I just said this. I should have remembered. Only has one yellow ship. Things are looking pretty good for Burn now. I think maybe I missed something, but it really looked like Perdair was twice left that Y3 in the bank for no particular reason. Let Burn build it, and that's what's brought them to this point. Yeah, I don't know which system is better to build that Y3 in. Yeah, maybe the colony to keep it defended. Okay, Perdair trading red for green, not the capture. Interesting. I guess they want. Well, I'm not sure about that. It's too late to build more yellows. Even if there was a yellow left in the bank, Burn's got so much yellow that building yellow at home would be an overpopulation. I don't think I like that very well. That just feels wrong. Unless Perdair want, yeah, capturing that little red seems like it would have been a lot stronger. Hmm. I think Perdair's going to have to, yeah, that they're going to want to get that large yellow out of their homeworld. It's because Burn pretty quickly can get in position to overpopulate it. In fact, Burn could have knocked out Perdair's yellow star. If they sacrifice the Y2, move in the Y3, Perdair has to capture it. Burn sacrifices Y2 to move in the Y1. Perdair loses the yellow star and one of their larges, and Burn is not all that far behind in material at that point. And Perdair would be down a star, so that wouldn't be too bad for Burn, maybe, but Burn's going to take it a little slower, it looks like. But that gives Perdair time to get their Y3 out of there. Okay, Burn now. Having. I feel like I'm missing a lot of little subtleties as I'm trying not to slow down too much. I think I've gotten bogged down a few times already. But both players have discovered G1 stars recently, with the result being that the large greens are open again. Burn trading for the G3 should get a chance to build one of those G3s. I don't think perdair has a good way to block. Yeah, they can build one of them. Burn gets the other. Okay, yeah, it's 3 large ships to 3. Pretty even here. I think Burn needs to defend the Gabbert colony with a large ship. Yeah, perdair. Oh, I thought it was Burn's turn. Um, yeah, but perdair saw the same thing I did. That's a definite vulnerability. So Burn now with the factory build. Yeah, oh yeah, that's good. Getting leapfrogging the yellows, picking up the Y3. Perdair can capture some of that material in the colony. Building the Y3 in the more advanced position. I think that's probably better. Perdair can capture Burn's only red ship. And that medium yellow, yeah, that's strong. Yeah. How does Burn respond to that? I think Burn ought to get some red right away. Maybe trading one of the yellows. I don't think I'd do the... Well, I guess the green's all right. Oh yeah, if perdair builds the medium, then Burn gets the large. So the large would be okay. Spreading out instead. That doesn't do anything to defend the Hutronox colony, which perdair could invade with the G3. But perdair instead. Pushing forward the Y3, abandoning a G1 star. That sort of gives Burn an opportunity to build the G1, have a factory again. I'm not sure quite what they've got in mind with that. Although since they discovered that there must have been a G2 in the bank a minute ago, so that's a smaller ship that Burn gets to build. I'm not quite sure what that move's about. Maybe just wanting to be in a more forward position. Oh, okay. If you see a move and you don't know what the person has in mind, unless they're a really poor player, you should probably try to figure out what they had in mind. I was stumped for a minute, but no. This is quite a good move and subtle enough that I wasn't seeing it at first. If Burn doesn't respond correctly, then perdair's move is sacrifice the Y2 to move in 2 larges to Burn's home. Burn can capture one of them, but then perdair has an R3 to capture back their own large that just got captured and Burn's mothership and even another ship after that. At which point perdair is going to win pretty handily, pretty quickly. Unless I'm very much mistaken. Perdair at that point has green left at home. So overpopulation shouldn't be an issue. Burn doesn't have any red anywhere, so a counterattack to capture stuff doesn't seem to be viable for Burn. Yeah, perdair should win that. Okay, so Burn's definitely got to respond by getting a medium red or larger. Small isn't going to cut it. That's not enough firepower. Okay, perdair should win this. Double invade. Yeah, okay, so the fatal mistake here was not seeing the need to um, get a larger yellow, unless Burn doesn't have any way out of this, do they? I'll be really impressed if Burn comes up with something. Okay, the little red trade makes it so that after perdair sacrifices the R3, Burn as would win by sacrificing. So if all right, if perdair were to sacrifice the R3 and capture the two larges and not the R1, then Burn would win by sacrificing the R1 and capturing perdair's last remaining defender. But if Burn sacrifices R3, captures the two larges, and does capture the R1, then Burn can fight for a draw, can try to get a draw by, well, Burn would be able to capture the R1 back, at which point perdair is in check again. Perdair might have a way out of that, but an interesting idea from Burn. I think they would have been, I'm certain they would have been better off trading the R2 for the medium yellow for red instead of the small, because the medium would have prevented this whole situation. Burn might just barely squeak out a draw, but I'd be surprised here. I think perdair's right move is simply to capture the invading yellow one in their home at this point. Because while Burn can capture one of the invading larges, he can't capture both. So Burn captures, all right, perdair captures the invader. Burn captures one of the invaders, but then perdair sacrifices R3, trades back, captures all three of the G3s, and perdair's got it locked down. So Burn, okay, looking for a different approach then. I think they were right that line was not going to work. Okay, Burn commits to this. So they advanced. So what did they do different from the first time? They moved the Y1 forward. So the first time they moved that little yellow home instead of forward. I don't think that's going to make a difference though. perdair, I think, should just capture that Y3. Uh-oh. Oh boy. perdair's perdair's going to make things more interesting for us. Oh no. Um no, perdair, that doesn't quite work. I think this is looking drawish. Just do the more obvious thing. If somebody's invading your home, capture them. That should be the obvious thing. Wait, sorry. Oh, because okay, Burn didn't reinforce with that other ship. Um, well, no. We've still got the same situation here. perdair. Okay, I maybe miscalculated. I was saying I thought maybe Burn could get a draw out of this, but I don't think. I'm sorry you have to listen to me ramble and try to figure this out. Um, this is a lot of games that I review, I don't think um, would benefit all that much from my viewing it beforehand and taking notes and having everything perfectly figured out. This is one that probably did. Um, so instead, you got to hear me ramble and make mistakes. Um, yeah, so if Byrne had traded for a red any place, perdair would have won by capturing. Um, and if Byrne doesn't trade for red, then they've got no way to complete their invasion here. So this was going to be a perdair win. If Byrne had reinforced with that yellow, they would have had one extra turn here. So if Byrne had a yellow at home, and forget that they traded this yellow for green. Oh, in that case, I guess I was going to say that gives them two turns. Perdair could capture one of them, but Byrne could trade for red here, and then Perdair could capture one of Byrne's home ships, and then Byrne could win by capturing. But if Byrne had actually reinforced with yellow, then Perdair could build that this green ship would still have been yellow. Perdair could build a yellow, overpopulating everything Byrne has, and that's still a win for Perdair. So Perdair was never in much danger that I can tell. I mean, Perdair could have made mistakes, including some mistakes that I recommended. Um, but I think I just spent too much time on a lot of dead ends. But thank you for sticking with me. And if if you've got a tangly game that you'd like me to unravel and embarrass myself, then please suggest it using the link in the video description. If if it's a complicated enough game like this that I mean, in a sense, it wasn't all that complicated because it was mostly my over analyzing that made it seem complicated. But Perdair really had all that at the end anyway. But if you do have a game that's really complicated that you think that I should do my analysis first and then make the video, I swear I'm going to do that one of these days. Then you can include that in the comments, and I will try. It takes me a lot longer to do analysis beforehand and then make the video. It takes me probably 5 times as long compared to just plopping down and making the video. So if you're happy with like one video a month, then I can do my calculations beforehand. But if you want a video or two a week, then it pretty much has to be in this style. I just don't have the time. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for watching.